I met Leon in Seattle at the Boardroom Mastermind for the first time, which that place is a freaking dump, but it was great to meet him there.
The boardroom?
Yeah.
Or the Seattle?
No, Seattle.
I was going to say.
Whoa!
I was like, shots fired, bro.
But no, we're there, and they introduce Leon, and they give some of his backstory, which, as we always say, nobody really gives a shit.
Yeah.
But then I always judge a person by their eyes. And dude was just eyes wide open, but not, oh shit, this isn't my crew. It was more of a, like, sporadic bouncing around. And you could just tell by people, like, he was soaking in everything he was hearing.
Yeah.
With an implementation plan behind it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that guy said this, so I'm going to that, right? Like,
Yeah.
and we were just talking about that, like, get shit done.
Yeah.
Like, and you said that's kind of your superpower. Why don't
Yeah.
you talk about that, man?
I think the biggest thing for me, because of just where I come from, so just born and raised in New Orleans, saw my mom get shot, was homeless for maybe like a year and a half of my life, between 13 and maybe almost 15, like maybe like 16 months. Then I went to prison when I was 16. So I always just felt like, you know, I had to be the one to get it done in my life. You know what I'm saying? And so never depending on nobody, right? But in prison is when I learned about investing. This guy came to me and he told me, man, y'all just playing the wrong game. It was a white guy, man. And he was just like frustrated at like what he saw.
When you say frustrated, like you specifically, or a whole demographic, or young
so
people,
I was in solitary confinement. And so I was fighting an attempt murder on robbery charge, and he had a red and white band, which means he was on a felony offense. And I found out later it was for embezzlement. So he embezzled.
So you learned investing in prison from an embezzler.
For an embezzler.
There you go.
He had $2.8 million. He spent $800 in restitution. He kept $2 million. And so he was,
I remember this part of the story.
I was like, what the hell? And he was like, yeah, man, like you about to do 10 years in prison. And while you're in here, if I was to go home and do the same thing again, I still wouldn't get 10 years in prison. And it wasn't a race issue. It was because of the laws that were designed for federal offenses.
White collar versus.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell? And he was just like, yo, y'all just playing the wrong game.
You're robbing the wrong people.
So immediately I was like, yo, I won't play that game. Like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, nah. He was like, you got to learn money.
Hey, I hope you liked today's episode. Subscribe to get alerts when there's new episodes.